LPBW, Matt Roloff spotted with his new GF after dumping Caryn Chandler? See picture. Dear loves, welcome to TLC Drama. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. Matt Roloff has officially turned LPBW viewers' heads after being spotted with a brand new lady by his side. And the timing? Well, it couldn't be better. Apparently, Matt has already parted ways with his longtime love, Caryn Chandler. He seems to have even moved on real quick, as he was recently spotted out and about with his new mystery woman. But that's not all. Matt decided to show off his new lady in pumpkin season 2025 and officially posted pictures with her as well. Is this true? Who is his new woman? What is this all about? Keep on reading to learn more about this controversy because the tea is really hot. Matt Roloff dropped the bombshell of his split on his LPBW viewers a few weeks ago. He claimed that the breakup was for all the good reasons and tried to convince his audience that it was mutual. However, it has been a while since they decided to part ways, but Caryn Chandler hasn't really talked about it at all. Several insiders even claimed that it was Chandler who wanted to break up, and she was the one who pushed for it. As per the current scenario, Caryn no longer lives on the Roloff farms, and she has already moved out of the property. She relocated to Arizona with her daughter and is now living close to her parents. The celeb further bought her own house without Matt Roloff's involvement, and it is evident that she has finally started a brand new chapter in her life. But does she know that Matt had found someone new? Matt Roloff has been promoting his Pumpkin Season 2025 on social media, and he has been sharing several pictures and clips with his LPBW viewers. He even shared a cheerful photo from the Roloff Farms pumpkin patch opening weekend. But it didn't take long for eagle-eyed followers to notice something that was really intriguing. In one of the pictures, Matt is all smiles as he sits behind the wheel of a farm vehicle. He wore his signature red Roloff Farms jacket. But here comes the shocking part. Apparently, beside him sits a woman wearing a navy blue Roloff Farms sew shirt. Yes, the same spot where Caryn used to pose with Matt was taken by someone else now. Viewers weren't able to believe their eyes, and they straight away took to the comment section. A user was quick to ask, "Is this the new GF?" Another one pointed out that Matt appeared to be really happy beside her. However, a critic noted that the man sitting at the back was her husband, and she definitely wasn't Matt's girlfriend at all. Apparently, Roloff was giving his farm visitors a ride, and perhaps there was no romantic aspect involved. What do you think? Do let us know in the comments section. Matt Roloff is best known for his patriarchal role in Little People Big World, but his recent engagement to Caryn Roloff and their decisions regarding the farm have torn the family apart. As the head of the family, Matt owned Roloff Farms in Oregon and hoped to pass the property down to one of his children, specifically Zach. A battle between Matt and Zach has ensued on one of the best reality TV shows. Zach and Tori Roloff aren't returning to Little People Big World Season 26, and their problems with Matt go way past filming for the show. Matt engaged with fans on social media, sparking revelations about the management of the Roloff farm. Amid ongoing family tension over the farm's future, Matt disclosed that Jacob Roloff is now overseeing Roloff Farms, surpassing the involvement of his other children. This revelation prompted some backlash from fans, who criticized Matt for seemingly diminishing his other children's contributions. The backlash is likely warranted, given how Matt and Caryn's actions ruined Roloff Farms and tore the whole family apart on Little People Big World Season 25 and beyond. A's reported by In Touch Weekly, based on quotes from a 2022 episode of Little People Big World, Matt claims he never necessarily intended for the farm to be passed down the familial line. However, that is now seen to be playing out in real time in Season 25. "I never said anybody would inherit it," the patriarch said ahead of Season 24 as he prepared to put the farm on the market. Despite telling his family ahead of time, chaos ensued. Matt, quote-s declaration, set off negotiations with Zach and Jeremy Roloff, which ended badly. Earlier in 2022, Matt decided to list a portion of the Oregon farm for sale, a decision met with criticism from Zach, who accused his father of jeopardizing the family's legacy. Despite Matt's claims that his sons were offered a discounted rate, Zach was offended by the offer, asserting that he and Jeremy had moved on to other investments. The family drama surrounding the farm sale has only intensified, with Matt's engagement to Caryn fanning the flames. Zach, quote, trust issues stem directly from their disagreement over the sale of Roloff Farms. Matt's son had been deeply involved in the farm's operations throughout his youth. When Matt decided to sell his portion of the property following his split from his ex-wife Amy, Zach expressed interest in acquiring the north end, which was sentimental to him. However, Matt's insistence on selling it at a high price led to a deadlock, prompting Zach and his wife Tori to move away. To Zach, it seemed unfair and offensive not to inherit the farm, or at least not be swindled by his dad. Despite Zach's initial statement that things were fine between family members, Zach no longer trusted his father. Matt's subsequent decision to rent the main house as a short-term rental further exacerbated Zach's disappointment and betrayal. For Zach, the farm represented cherished memories and a potential legacy. However, its transformation into a commercial venture underscored the breakdown in trust between him and his father, leaving Zach feeling disregarded and disheartened. However, it wasn't just Zach who felt blindsided by Matt. Amy was shocked when the drama with the farm began to go down, as she also pictured it as part of the family legacy. She was deeply saddened when she discovered Matt intended to sell the other half and that it wouldn't be passed down to their children. This only led her to further mistrust Matt, with whom she'd been clashing since before the divorce. Caryn has gotten some unfair flack from fans and cast members alike, but it's evident that Caryn is influencing Matt. They've been a bit selfish in their relationship. While Matt deserves to find happiness at any age, trying to get rid of the farm so he can move on with his new future wife seems hurried and unfair. Caryn admitted she wanted nothing to do with dealing with the farm. This will leave Jacob in charge of all operations. While it's unclear exactly how much she influences Matt, he must seriously reconsider how he's handling things if he ever wants to have a relationship with Zach again, on or off Little People. Big World. Matt Roloff and Caryn Chandler have exhibited heartless behavior in Little People Big World. The reality series debuted in 2006 and highlighted the Roloff family navigating their lives with dwarfism. Their eldest son, Zach Roloff, has been an integral part of the show. However, their family dynamic shifted when Matt and Amy Roloff decided to get divorced. From that point on, the Roloffs were never the same, and Matt started a relationship with Caryn, whom Amy believes he cheated with. Matt's ego has gotten out of control, and Little People Big World has Matt and Caryn's decisions tore the family apart. One of the worst moments for the family came when Matt listed the Roloff farms without telling anyone. Amy sold her part of the farm to Matt because she believed he was leaving it to their children. He betrayed the trust of Zach, and their relationship has been fractured since. Zach and his wife, Tori Roloff, announced they won't be returning to Little People Big World, hinting that there is no future for one of the best reality TV shows, which may be Matt and Caryn's fault. Before getting engaged to Matt, Caryn worked as an employee at the Roloff Farms. She had been a long-term manager running the pumpkin patch. Amy trusted her as an employee and was taken aback when they started pursuing a real relationship. It was heartless of Caryn to start dating her employer, who was married, but it was Matt who began dating the person who ran the pumpkin patch. Looking back, their memories on the farm must be tainted with questions about when Caryn and Matt's relationship went further than an employee-to-boss dynamic. Before Matt got divorced from Amy, he was communicating inappropriately with Caryn. In Amy's memoir, A Little Me, she alleged she found messages between Matt and Caryn while they were still married. She knew Caryn because she was working as the manager of the pumpkin patch on the Roloff Farms. However, Amy alleges the conversations she saw between Matt and Caryn were inappropriate and should not have been going on between two people who had a working relationship for years. Amy believes Matt and Caryn had an affair. Amy was married to Matt for over 30 years, and they had built the Roloff Farms together. Caryn entered the picture as an employee working on the pumpkin patch. However, Amy alleged she found pictures and messages between them while she and Matt were married. Amy ended her marriage with Matt after that, though he insisted he wasn't having an affair with Caryn. However, it was shady how they entered a relationship and got engaged after he and Amy split. Their behavior towards Amy is rather patronizing. One of the oddest moments in Little People Big World Season 25 was when Matt told Amy he was leaving the farm to her if he died. It was shocking news for Amy, and she was visibly stunned when Matt told her. The moment felt like her ex-husband was trying to overcompensate for the pain he caused Amy in the past. The Roloff farms have caused quite a drama in the family's lives. Once again, Matt was using the farms as damage control for Amy. There has always been speculation that Caryn was using Matt for his money. Before they got together, Caryn was in the process of leaving her previous 2-decade-long marriage. She worked her way up the ranks on the farm and eventually became Matt's assistant. When it was revealed they were together, many of Amy and Matt's children found this odd. Appearing on a reality show for quite some years can ensure a steady flow of income. Caryn could have seen this and used her connection with Matt to ensure financial stability. Matt and Caryn got a home together and raised some red flags for Little People Big World fans. He wasn't too keen on the new home because it lacked accessibility for him. In the 2-story home, the primary bedroom was upstairs, and Matt did not want to attempt to use the stairs. Because of that, he began sleeping downstairs while Caryn slept upstairs. She got her new home but did not consider Matt in the process. Matt forms an out-of-the-blue bromance with Amy's new husband, Chris Merrick. Their relationship stressed Amy out, and it feels like an attempt from Matt to be passive-aggressive towards his ex-wife. During Little People Big World Season 25, Matt and Chris gossiped about Amy's cleanliness. Matt has continued to badmouth his ex-wife and has even deemed her a dictator. Amy must be worried that his negative thoughts about her will rub off on her current husband. Caryn had an influence on Matt's decision to put the Roloff farms on the market. Caryn said she didn't want any responsibility for the farms. Whether she meant to or not, her sentiments seeped into Matt's subconscious. He was eager to move on and leave his past life behind to start a new chapter with Caryn. Because she didn't want to continue with the farms, Matt didn't think selling Roloff farms would be a problem. He only thought about Caryn and forgot to consider how the decision would impact the rest of his family, specifically Zach. Matt and Caryn broke Zach Roloff's dreams when they wouldn't sell the Roloff farms to him. Throughout his life, Zach grew up on the farms and was excited to take responsibility for them as the eldest son in the family. However, Matt shocked the family when he listed part of the farm on the market without consulting anyone else. This devastated Zach, as he thought he was a shoo-in to take over the Roloff farms. Matt offered Zach a piece of the land for $4 million, a price he knew his son couldn't afford. Matt took another jab at Amy by seemingly mocking her age. On his Instagram, Matt posted a group photo with himself, Caryn, Chris, and Amy in 2022. In the caption, he asked negative people to please go away gracefully and avoid commenting hate in his comment section. However, at the end of the caption, he said he was willing to respond to the fools for fun if you are over 55 and mature and to qualify. His comment was seen as throwing shade toward Amy, who was 57 at the time. Caryn is officially done filming Little People Big World. It's unclear if Little People Big World will return for season 26. However, Matt shed some light on the future of the show on his Facebook page after the season 25 finale aired. Matt said it was becoming difficult to film the show as more and more family members drift away, hinting at Zach and Tori's exit from Little People Big World. He added that his fiancée Caryn was done with filming and didn't want to partake in another potential season. Matt did not share his own opinions about the show continuing. However, with Zach and Tori leaving the reality series, there would not be much for production to film for Little People Big World Season 26. The only potential major event that could be filmed is Matt and Caryn's wedding. Instead of thinking about that, Caryn is heartless and opts out of being on the show. Their wedding could be a major storyline next season, but with Caryn saying she won't film, that option is out. Matt and Caryn seemed heartless in Little People Big World. From the beginning of their relationship, Caryn has been influencing Matt's decisions. He hasn't done the best job navigating difficult conversations with his ex-wife and children, which has been Matt Roloff from Little People Big World, has been dating Caryn Chandler since not long after his divorce from Amy, and there is plenty of fascinating information about Caryn fans need to know. From her relationship with the Roloff family before dating Matt, to accusations of being a gold digger, Caryn's backstory is worthy of its own reality TV show. While Amy has been enjoying her engagement with Chris Marek, here's what Caryn and Matt have been up to. Caryn was born on October 1st, 1967, meaning that she is 53 years old. Like her 59-year-old boyfriend, Caryn also experienced a messy divorce. Caryn was married to her ex-husband Joseph Chandler for about 20 years before he filed for divorce in 2012. Caryn and Joseph had 2 children together, 24-year-old Brittany and Connor, who turned 21 this year. A constant struggle between Caryn and her ex-husband was his refusal to let Brittany and Connor visit the Roloff farm Caryn worked at. According to the court documents, Caryn is not allowed to expose her children to reality TV cameras without Joseph's permission. Since Brittany and Connor have matured, however, they have decided to appear on Little People Big World with their mother. Matt Roloff and Amy got divorced in May 2016, but Caryn Chandler had been a part of the TLC stars' lives well before the end of their marriage. Caryn had been working on the Roloff's pumpkin farm for over a decade before she and Matt embarked on a romantic relationship. Originally, Caryn worked as a manager for the farm before being promoted to Matt's assistant. In fact, the fans had already been growing suspicious of the increasingly close relationship between Caryn and her employer during the years that led up to Matt and Amy's breakup. Amy and fans alike suspected that Matt cheated on his ex-wife with Caryn, but neither of the Little People Big World stars has admitted guilt. Alas, speculation of their romantic involvement was confirmed when Matt and Caryn made their relationship official shortly after his divorce with Amy was finalized. Caryn Chandler's romance with Matt Roloff continues on Little People Big World Season 22. Even though Amy and her fiancé Chris are planning a wedding later this year, Caryn and Matt have not made any plans to tie the knot just yet. Fans are curious as to why the couple has dated for about 5 years without advancing to engagement. Fortunately, Caryn and Matt's lack of status as fiancé does not mean they aren't enjoying their relationship together. Caryn has quit working the farm, and the two have been spending time in the 53-year-old's home state of Arizona. The couple is currently focusing on their children from past marriages and their relationship. Despite the fact that Caryn struggles with some accusations of her potentially being a cheater and a gold digger due to her boyfriend's estimated $4.5 million net worth, she has found a secure refuge in her relationship with Matt. Caryn has overcome her fair share of scrutiny from her ex-husband to her boyfriend's ex-wife. From a farm worker to a reality star, Caryn has made the most of her experience as a reality star. Whether or not Caryn and Matt take their relationship to the next level is yet to be seen on Little People Big World. Matt Roloff might have been pressured to propose to Caryn Chandler after her recent comments and decisions. Since splitting from his ex-wife Amy Roloff, Matt has been in a relationship with Caryn, who was a longtime employee at the Roloff Farms and managed the pumpkin patch before she became Matt's assistant. There were rumors the duo were having an affair before Matt's marriage to Amy crashed. Although both Matt and Caryn deny it, it hasn't helped Caryn's relationship with the Roloff kids, who haven't accepted her as part of the family. After an episode of Little People Big World Season 25 showed Caryn and Matt disagreeing over what their house should look like as they prepare for their wedding, Caryn sold her Oregon home for $529K. The couple's living arrangements have raised eyebrows since they started dating 7 years ago, with Caryn living separately from Matt. Although Matt and Caryn revealed their big wedding will be happening sometime in 2024, they have yet to pick a specific date, but that didn't stop Caryn from selling off her house, since she is about to become Mrs. Roloff. Meanwhile, after their recent spat during an episode of the show and previous comments about not being sure about their marriage plans, it's a bit suspicious that Caryn has rushed off to sell her house after keeping it for the last 7 years. Despite getting a house with the plans of moving in together, Caryn should have at least waited till all of their plans came together before selling her old home. Also, Caryn's son Connor lived in the apartment before it was sold after separating from his ex-girlfriend Ashley Washam. Despite the excitement about their engagement and the anticipation surrounding their wedding, Matt's shocking admission that he might not be totally on board with the idea of getting married again places a massive spotlight on his relationship with Caryn. Matt, speaking to his friend Ty and his ex-wife Amy's husband, Chris Marek, talked about how petrified he felt about getting married again. Although he doesn't see himself with anybody but Caryn, Matt is concerned about how their relationship might change once they marry, noting, We both like it and have been married, but do we need to do that exactly? Matt's honest admission and skepticism called into question his decision to have proposed to Caryn in the first place, via People. Since announcing their marriage plans, the couple has shifted the potential date further down the year, which also questions their intentions and commitment to tying the knot. The couple's relationship arrangement has worked for the past 7 years. After Matt's public admission, the idea of walking down the altar might not have entirely been his idea. After revealing his decision to leave the family's Oregon home to his ex-wife, Amy, Matt and Caryn enlisted the services of an interior designer to help decorate their new home. However, Caryn and Matt's relocation plans didn't quite go as they expected, as evidenced by their Little People Big World Season 25, Episode 2, disagreement over what the interior of their new house should look like. Matt's idea of putting a large piece of barnwood in his office in the home was met with a comment of, "That's obnoxious," by Caryn. However, the most revealing moment was when Matt explained he wanted them to work together on their new home, to which Caryn replied, "I do look at it that way. We're not married. This is Matt's house that I happen to cohabitate in." Caryn's statement about cohabiting in the house that belongs to Matt because they aren't married yet shows how desperately she wants it, and how she is using every avenue to pressure Matt until it happens. Hopefully, Caryn is doing this because she loves Matt, not because she is a gold digger, as some LPBW fans believe.